He misses you on the 5D, but you're not together on the 3D. You have so much value in the 5D, but no money on the 3D. Have you heard about this? 3D, 5D, why jumping from 3 to 5? In one sentence, bringing what's on the 5D to the 3D is manifest. Law of attraction, praying, getting your prayers answered, make your dreams come true. What is that? How is that we have been talking about that so much and we don't understand anything about these dimensions? Well, that's because it's really difficult to understand dimensions. And in fact, all mathematics, all these representations are not so easy to understand. I mean, when we can draw them, like for example, we can say this is 1D, yes, a line, 2D, then you have 3D space, and then 4D time is a little bit more difficult to understand. We understand time because we see changes in things. This is the first moment, you can see the start. This is the second moment, so we see changes. When we see changes, we can say that there is time. So 5D is basically when you have space and time, but you see those two things combined from the outside. You don't see time anymore as a line. You see time as a canvas. This is time on the 5D. And on that time canvas, you don't have one straight timeline. You have many timelines that fill the canvas. And being the 5D is being the observer of all these timelines, of all the changes of space that happen in this canvas. Maybe a little difficult to understand, but there's two movies that talk about this. The character, Doctor Strange, can see many timelines. So if he wants a particular outcome, like this one, for example, he knows that he has to travel like this or take this line, because this is more of like a net. These are not railways, you know, this is more like a net. So he sees, okay, which path take me to this, because this is one big network. And in this network, the paths are the possible things that you can do. For example, there's no path through here. From here, there is like, I don't know, I'm gonna get to that outcome by flying and, I don't know, building a big nose on my hands, something like that. In fact, there's another movie that talks about this that is called Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't remember the exact name, but this in this movie you see another dimension, a higher dimension, but we're gonna talk about that on another video because it's too much. Okay, so on the different networks of just possible paths, Doctor Strange goes from the 5D, he's looking at like this, like, okay, I'm gonna take this path, you know, and then after seeing what he has to do, he goes to the 3D and it's like, okay, we have to do this, you see? Interstellar, another movie. In the scene of the shelf, Hoop has to search in which timeline, like in which point in time he gets to see Murphy. Hoop is living on the 5D. He's seeing all these different moments in time. To manage the variable of time, he chooses one specific space. So that way he can reach in just one dimension to Murphy. Murphy is on a timeline. She is growing and he's punching through the shelves in order to find her in any given time. And one of the punches is going to pull her from this point of the timeline in order for her to get to the desired outcome that Coop wants in order to find himself with her again. Okay, so now back to you. When you know about the 5D, and that's why it's so important to know about these things, you understand that life has many different possible destinies for you, but there's one that life wants for you. It's like, this is the best, this is where you shine the most. There are some destinies that you don't shine so much. I mean, destiny is not only about profession, but let's say, for the sake of the example, that these are professions. So let's say you shine the most when you play the piano. Well, maybe you can shine a lot by playing the violin, or maybe you also sing very well, or maybe you know a little bit about accountant, how be an accountant. Maybe you wanna study engineer, but this is what's for you. You have to play the piano. So in life, you will have many paths. You maybe will go to this path in the beginning, then you're going to go to this one. Maybe you go on a straight forward line. Many paths you will take, but hopefully you will get here. But how can you make that hope stronger? Not just hope, faith. When you have faith that this is where you have to go, this is your destiny, this destiny is bigger and brighter. So it has some kind of gravitational pull, because on the 5D there's electromagnetism. In fact, in the movie Interstellar, you could see this. They communicate themselves through electromagnetism. But we're gonna have to talk about this on another video. Well, the thing is, there's a gravitational pull towards your destiny. That's why it's so important not to live only on the 3D, but also live on the 5D. To be this person like, these are the possible outcomes. These are my possible destinies. I'm gonna choose this path. Okay, so going back to the beginning, what means that your person is on the 5D, but you're not on the 3D? This means, let's say my name is Ian. This is Marla. Ian and Marla love each other very much, are together on the 3D, yes. But when they're on the 5D, is when they're both looking at their lives and the possible outcomes to be together. They're like, I want to be with her. What can I do? So they're trying to pull themselves through each other. They're trying to make this gravitational pull that you want to do with your destiny. They're trying to do this with themselves. And that's not the best way to do this. The best way to do this is for Marla to shine bright. To shine bright means to get closer to her star. Ian has to shine bright. And when they both shine the most, the gravitational pull is stronger. And if they are very close, like they have similar stars, similar goals, they're gonna get together. But if they shine bright the most and they are very apart, they have very different visions about life or needs or maybe tastes, I don't know. But if they shine the most, they will get more far apart. And you might say, oh, but I wanted him or I wanted her. No, she had something you wanted. She had something you wanted for you. But I assure you that if you shine the most and you're far away from her, you will find someone that resonates with you. And well, when we're talking about frequency and resonating, that is another big subject to talk about on another video. Now, when we're talking about money and getting a job, for example, oh, I want to be employed by Marla. This is a little bit more difficult to attain because when we're talking about money, love, it's not so much on the equation. It does have a lot to do, but it's not quite the same. And it has some different techniques that I'm going to talk to you about on another video. If you want me to, put it on the comments. If you didn't understand something that I said, I will gladly talk more about it, and hope you have good manifestations. Your wishes come true. Your good wishes, those that make you shine the most. Blessings.